Ball was like at its hype. Uh, Over there in Mexico, we were ahead like by like several episodes. So whenever my cousins were like, "Hey, have you seen this fight?" And I'm like, "Bitch, I already saw the ending for that. Like, we were already fighting some
Yeah.
other motherfucker." So pretty much like how everyone started with anime, like uh, our favorite series and everything.
Yeah, just anime in general. It doesn't have to get
Hmm.
too specific. We can get into whatever we want, but yeah, just anime. And I guess the reason I like throw out this topic is because I
Hmm.
don't think Jose watches or even likes
No, I
anime,
don't think so.
other than I think Digimon is like his. That's it.
Digimon.
So that's why I figured no, if we're gonna do an episode without him, it should be something that like we can talk about.
Yeah.
He used to watch
So
Digimon?
Okay.
yeah, if I remember correctly,
I think
we were
so.
in the
Yeah.
editing lab when me and Rene brought up anime or something like that, and Jose was just kind of like, "Man, like I didn't watch any of that like dumb shit." He's like me, like he's like I would watch wrestling and Digimon. That's where it was at, and it was like really like Digimon, and he's all like, "Hey man, like." Wrestling and Digimon was the shit, and I'll never forget it. And then you said something along the lines of like, "Ah, sí, un pinche cactus." Like, I don't know what do y'all think of Digimon? I guess should we start with that one?
Well, fun fact, that was the first anime I ever watched. Digimon.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I remember
That was,
when I was watching it, I automatically was like, oh, actually, no, I guess the first anime I watched was Pokemon, because when I watched Digimon, I was like, oh, there's a shittier version of Pokemon, but I like it.
so which one came first, Pokemon or Digimon?
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
Mm. Yeah, but like, because Pokemon was the video game,
Yeah.
and then they turned that into the show, and I really do think the show is what really pushed it.
Hmm.
Like, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, the game still did good, but the show is really what pushed it. And yeah, I'm kind of in the same camp of hater that Pokemon was the first anime I watched, but I didn't know it was called anime. Like I didn't even know that was like its own thing.
It was just cartoons.
Like yeah, to me
Yeah.
it was just a cartoon. And yeah, Pokemon was the first one for me as well. And then after that, it was probably like Ranma y Medio and
Hmm.
Dragon Ball, and I saw those in Spanish because Toonami didn't exist back then.
Yeah. Hmm.
Mhm.
So over here in the U.S., it was pretty much just on the weekends, right? On the weekend mornings that they were
Saturday
there,
morning.
like anime and stuff. Saturday
Yeah.
morning. Oh, okay. Yeah, because it's different over there in Mexico. I mean, to be honest, I don't know because there was a lot of exposure to anime over there in the afternoons, like on the weekdays in the afternoons. You will get out of school, go home, and then start watching anime.
Yep.
Uh, Caballero del Zodiaco, Knights of the Zodiac,
Yeah.
There you
Dragon
go.
Ball, Sailor Moon,
Hmm.
Ranma. Uh, I don't know the name for it in English, but Supercampeones. It was a soccer anime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know if they ever
I
Actually,
think it's
released
that
called
might
the
be
Tsubasa,
the
wasn't it?
first one that I saw.
so Captain Tsubasa.
Yeah, I think that's
Oh yeah,
what
but
it is
that's,
in
I
the
don't know
US.
But
if
that's a
that's
different
the name
one.
for the US.
I thought it
I
was a
think
different
so.
one. I thought they were separate. Like Captain
Mm.
Tsubasa is also soccer, and then Super Campeones. I think they're two separate shows. I think
No, I think it's the same. I think it's
it is
just
the
the like
same.
the Japanese name for it.
Ah, okay,
Yeah, but
okay.
I don't know
I thought
if
they were
that's
separate.
what it was called in the US because sometimes he has like a
Hmm.
different name.
Yeah.
But I think that might be the first one that I saw. But it was pretty much like because they will air one after another in the afternoon.
Hmm.
So from like
Yeah,
5 to 7, you will watch like the 4 different
like
shows.
4 episodes. Yep. Hmm.
Um, And the only thing that I was like really proud of is it was that when like Dragon Ball was like at its hype, uh, over there in Mexico, we were ahead like by like several episodes. So whenever my cousins were like, "Hey, have you seen this fight?" And I'm like, "Bitch, I already saw the ending for that. Like, we were already fighting some
Yeah.
other motherfucker."
They're like, hey, Frieza's pretty
Yeah.
cool. You're like,
Um,
fuck Frieza, sells the best.
it's like Frieza, man. I'm already on sale. Get on my fucking level.
Wait till you see Cooler.
I remember that. Oh God, no. I think yeah, because like they didn't start bringing anime to the United States until like maybe like late '90s, early
Mhm.
2000s, because that's when Cartoon Network did Toonami, and at first they had Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball Z, and then from there they started adding like Gundam Wing,
Oh.
Hamtaro,
Mhm.
and I think Zoids,
Yeah, but that was the
and
2000s. Like, cause I
but
remember that Cartoon Network. Like I don't actually in Mexico we didn't have Toonami, so it was just pretty much during the day Cartoon Network
mhm,
will air the same shit. Uh, but yeah, I remember it was during the 2000s. Because before that, we will get the anime on like the local, like the national
channels,
TV
yeah,
channels.
mhm,
So we were like really exposed to it. In contrast to the US, where yeah, maybe in a few national channel, but it was just on Saturday, like on the weekend.
yeah.
And for us, it was like every day.
Yeah, and the other thing that I also want to applaud about like Mexico when they would show anime is they wouldn't cut it. They would
Oh yeah.
show it as intended. Whereas here in the United States, it's like no, they can't drink beer, they can't bleed, and it gets cut and it gets edited, and it's like
Mhm.
man, just show it.
Actually, I was really surprised. I never like I know about it, but I never seen One Piece.
Mhm.
But I was super shocked
I
when I
saw it.
saw that. Like the first, I think it was the first version that they aired in the US. Dude, they censor like everything. They even did
Mhm.
something with. There's a guy that's always smoking. I think
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
replaced the cigarette with a lollipop. The
Yeah.
fuck is that, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
The
was for kids.
Damn.
Yeah, that's
the
what
one
company
thing that I
they.
thought was pretty cool about that was there's this guy towards the end of the Four Kids run, Smoker, who would always end up basically smoking like cigars. But in order to do away with it, they got rid of the cigar and it was just a smoke around him. And it looked super badass because that was his power. So it was like he constantly had his power on.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty funny. But yeah, like Four Kids has like the fame of always cutting and editing the episodes. Yu-Gi-Oh was one of the big ones that like they edited the shit out of as well. Because I don't think people realize, especially if they never saw the Japanese version, that like Yu-Gi-Oh's a lot more messed up. It's not just kids playing a card game. Like in the original run of the show, if you lost the game, you fucking died. Like that's it. And one of the more famous ones is that they in the Four Kids American version, they had like they're like chained by the legs while they're playing the card game, and there was this like holographic disc, and it would move closer as you're losing the game, and if it touched you, you got sent to the Shadow Realm.
Hmm.
And then it's like, well, what happens in the Japanese version? It's a fucking buzz saw that will saw your legs off if you lose the game. What the? This is a card game. What's going on?
Yeah, it's pretty weird how they will censor that shit, and then after that they will air like I don't know, like fucking Rambo, killing a bunch of people. And like, come on, dude.
And it's like, all right, kids, we're done with all these anime. Anyway, now it's time for the 1 p.m. action with
Yeah.
Rambo First Blood. what what would you say was like the anime that got you into like anime? Not so much your first one, but the one that you watched it and you went, okay, I gotta find more shit or more shows like this.
So for me, I remember because um, when I got to middle school, that's when I started like hanging out with people that will watch more like anime. But then I remember that there was this like one time where I think it was around the time where I got my first laptop, my first computer, and I saw that they were going to air new episodes of uh, Los Caballeros, like Saint Seiya. Um, but like you will have to download the episodes on I don't know Ares, or I don't remember the name of the fucking program. So I remember like getting it and it being with subtitles in Japanese and everything. I was like, oh, this is the shit. Like this is so weird and this is like the shit. And that's when I was like, oh, wait a minute. So that means that I can like download everything that I want, including porn. Um, but I was like, what more can I get? So I started like looking for like other series and everything, and from there on, I was like, yeah, that's the shit. And actually, that's when I got my first computer. That's when I started like getting into because I was like, I want to watch it on the TV, and I started seeing that you can burn the CDs, and
Mm-hmm.
then you can connect the fucking laptop to the TV, or you can
TV.
get it. You can actually burn the DVD and then just put it on the DVD player. So I started selling shows on DVD at
Nice.
school. I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna make money."
Like you got like the other kids over here selling like chocolates,
Yeah,
candy
no, fuck it.
bars.
I was selling
Meanwhile,
anime.
Rene's over here. It's like, who wants Pokemon? Who wants Super Campeones?
Dude, I will get like the whole class hook on some show. Like I remember that
Yeah.
shit.
So you were the reason why
It's like
Naruto
you were
really
the
took off in
pioneer.
the United States.
Probably.
It's like you got a whole graduating class to Naruto run. It's like you it's like you Rene, you walked so they could Naruto run.
Hell yeah, dude. And I felt like fucking like I was a hacker on the Matrix or something like that, dude. Because I was like, dude, I'm getting something illegal. Like it's already illegal. I'm downloading that shit and then I'm selling it, dude. Like I'm going a step beyond. Like I'm a fucking hacker.
It's like you were the real life Neo. It's
Hell yeah.
like instead of following the white rabbit, you followed, I don't know, the Henki Dama.
And what
uh,
about you guys?
I don't know, Hater, you want to go?
I the first anime that I tried looking for was Saint Seiya actually, because I remember watching parts of the movie in Spanish, but
Hmm.
I didn't know what it was called. Like I just knew that I liked it and it was fucking dope. So también like you, like I got in the internet, like on the computer, and I tried looking for it, but I didn't know what it was called. So I was just like legit, just searching random fucking anime, and that's how I ended up like finding like different things. Like I saw One Piece, Naruto, Bleach. Um, there was I think it was called like Strawberry 100 or something like that. I like that one, but no one talks about that one
Oh
anymore.
yeah,
The Eyes, that one was cool.
Ichigo 100. I think that's what they
Yeah,
call it. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
it's very slice of life.
um. Okay. Mhm. I mean, I think I think like my go-to slice of life is Hamtaro. um, I think for me it's really hard to like pinpoint exactly where it was that I was like, all right, I'm really into this anime, so I'm just gonna go with like the easiest one, which is it was when Adult Swim started getting anime because they would open up with like like either like Family Guy, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, stuff like that. And they would show it for maybe like the first hour, 2 hours, and then they would immediately go into anime. And it was around that time, I think, when they started showing Yu Yu Hakusho,
Mm.
Oh, I
and I
remember that one.
watched it, and I got really into it, and I was like, "Holy crap, this show kicks ass!" Then that one ends, and then they show Inuyasha, and I'm like, "Holy crap, this show kicks ass!" And then it just keeps going, and then you're up at 2 in the morning watching Cowboy Bebop and Big O, and you're like, "Yes!" So
Trigun,
I
dude.
think I'll just give it to Yu Yu Hakusho. Yes, Trigun. That's my shit right there. And that's the one that cemented it like, yep, I'm a fucking weeb.
And you know what? Shout out to those AMBs in anime music videos, dude. That was the shit. I remember like one time my cousin like just like I came over here to visit them, and then he was like, "Dude, let me show you this shit." I was like, "What is it?" It was probably like I mean I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was probably like a Dragon Ball Z with Linkin Park music video, and I was like,
Yeah.
"What the fuck is this piece of art? Like this is the shit."
Different topic, but that's how I got
I
into Linkin
remember.
Park.
Through AMVs.
Yeah,
I think no, yeah, AMVs opened up the world of like music. But yeah, now you mention it, most of them were to Linkin Park for some reason.
Yeah, I mean,
and Bon
and they all
Jovi.
slap, dude. They're always the
Yeah,
shit.
of course they did. Like, I, I remember there was like an AMV where someone chopped. It was edited in a way where it made it look like Vash from Trigun
Hmm.
was fighting Spike Spiegel from Cowboy Bebop, and it was edited to, I think it was like Smooth Criminal, and but it synced up well, and it
Yeah.
wasn't like they photoshopped them into each
Mhm.
other's, like, no, they took just clips,
Different scenes. Yeah.
but yeah, but it was edited to look like they were fighting each other, and then you have Michael Jackson playing in the background, and it worked for
Oh,
some
oh,
reason.
because at first I thought it was the what's it called, the Alien Farm version.
Oh, the alien,
Remember that
no,
one?
they
Uh,
used
No.
the
Oh, okay,
original
because
one.
that one's like that one's more like rock and like
That's rock,
yeah.
yeah, but
yeah,
no, they used the original
the
one for
original.
this shit.
Wow.
um, but I know that was one of the. That's what I would consider a top tier AMV.
Yeah, no, that was the shit. I was like, dude, like whoever thought of like mixing these two together, that like that shit. That's just the shit.
But have you tried going back to watch them? Some of them are still on YouTube.
Yeah, they're in
Um.
240p, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah. The quality is fucking bad.
Yeah. No,
I
but
mean,
like
but
I
that was the
saw.
thing. Like you will watch actually full shows on 240p, like, and you were watching it,
Yeah.
like you were like, "Yep, that's it."
I haven't I haven't recently tried to look for an AMV, and now I'm trying to think like what were some of the good ones that I saw back then, and it's like, yeah, maybe I should look them up and see if they're a copy survived
I
on
can remember
YouTube.
of the top of my head. I mean, the ones that were like Linkin Park, in the end, Dragon Ball Z. Um, I remember one with it was Limp Bizkit. I don't remember the song, but it was like it was focused on Vegeta.
Oh, okay.
And then there was another one for Samurai X, Papa Roach.
Oh,
I remember like watching those like a lot back in the day.
No, the one that
for
I
like
always watched
the
was
Linkin
Bon
Park.
Jovi, "It's My Life" and Dragon Ball Z,
Oh, Bon
and it
Jovi,
was mostly
yeah,
the Cell
hell
Saga.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they would always, for Linkin Park, they would always use the songs, in the end,
In the
breaking the
end,
habit,
crawling.
faint, and yeah, that the Ah, damn it, I can't remember. I can't remember
Numb.
the name of the
Numb.
song anymore. There you go, Numb. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like those were like the go to, and you could put
Mm-hmm.
any anime in it. It's like you could put Samurai X in it, you
And you
put
know what?
Dragon, and
Like
it works.
if Linkin Park was still playing today, and they were like really relevant, like as in back in the day, they will probably already have like an opening for an anime, dude.
Right. Well, they one of
I
their
think there is one.
actually, I think it was for Breaking the Habit. It's
For like an
the music
official one.
video was at the
Oh no
music
no
video was
no.
animated.
Yeah, for I think it was Breaking the Habit. Yeah,
Breaking the Habit, right? Yeah,
yeah, they did it, but I mean, like they will probably get like an actual official opening for I don't know for
like
maybe
No,
even
I
Dragon
think
Ball Z.
I think there is an anime that has a Linkin Park opening,
Oh
like
really?
a legit anime. Yeah. Uh, no, I remember recently watching JoJo's, and they have I think it's Queen, but that's end credits.
Oh, oh okay.
And
yeah.
the Great Pretender also has Queen as well.
Hmm.
And there's another one I don't remember the name of it. But they had an opening by Oasis, and at the
Hmm.
time I was like, "Fuck! Like that's a big thing. Like getting a big bang from the West to
Hmm.
play." Uh, but but yeah, man, like those were the shit. Like those videos were the shit. And I remember it was like you will be betting that you will get like every time you will search for one to download it, like you were hoping it was an actual A and B and not like just like gay porn or something like that.
Yeah.
I think that was one of the that was like sort of the special thing about it, like back in the day, finding out like new anime and stuff, because everything was pretty novel, like from the internet to downloading shit and to like finding shows and everything. So every time you will find a new thing, it was like whoa, like you for sure knew that not a lot of people have seen it, like it wasn't
Hmm.
available on TV, on regular TV, so you knew you were watching something that not a lot of people have seen. So that added to the experience of being like, shit, this
Hmm.
is something cool, like this is something new. And then you will go on school and then talk about it to your friends, and then you will get your friends hooked on it. So I think that also added to us like wanting to see more, to see the new stuff and everything. Because I remember when I will like come to the US and I will go to a mall, and then I will see a store that was selling like a DVD, anime DVD. I was like, what the fuck? Like I didn't know they had this shit, because back over there they didn't. Uh, so when I will find like a series on DVD, I was like, oh, this is the shit, and I will buy it and everything. But it was pretty like a novel thing.
Hmm. Yeah, it was niche,
Mm-hmm.
and like it was like kind of similar with you. Like here in Eagle Pass, I mean, it's a small town, and it was a lot smaller back in the day. So then you'd go out of town to a big city like San Antonio. You go to their mall, and you have a store like Hot Topic,
Yeah.
and you see a shirt with Full Metal Alchemist on it. You're like,
Mm-hmm.
what? Like, here's this thing that like no one knows about, and there's a shirt on it, or there's a watch of it, you know. And
Right.
yeah, it was like mind boggling to see something that like not many people know about or many people
Mm-hmm.
watch, and then you see it like on the stores. Yeah.
Bro, I remember like I will never forget this. I bought like a DVD set of the Samurai X movie. Like it wasn't a movie, it was the OVAs, like the
Uh-huh.
special episodes. And it was three DVDs, and it was like a pack, like a collection pack. I bought it and I was like, dude, it's one of my favorite animes. So like I was really proud of having it. And then one day I wanted to get this girl in middle school hooked to it. And I was like, hey, I have this. Like, you want to watch it? I can lend it to you. And she was like, oh, okay, yeah, let me watch it. And then she took it home. And then like two days later, she was like, "Hey, I already watched it. It was really cool and everything. I liked it. Um, here's your DVDs, but sorry, my brother stepped on them, bro. She broke the case, like the one of the cases. I was like, "Fuck you, bitch!" I was like, "That was a treasure, dude."
Oh no.
And I was like, the thing that sucked about it, it was that back in the day, like you weren't like buying things online, so you will have to go to the same fucking store and then look for the thing. Most of the times they didn't have it; they were just
Yeah.
selling like one or two copies of it, and that's
Yeah.
it. So I was like, I was pretty pissed. I will never forget that shit.
No. It's like right then and there you knew like not the one.
Yeah, another one, bitch. I'm not interested anymore.
Like what would have broken your heart more? That the DVDs got broken, or if she would have gave it back to you and then told you, I thought it sucked.
That's
No, it
where I
was
thought it was going.
breaking the DVDs,
The DVDs, okay. You
breaking
just
the
wanted
DVDs, dude. Because like I care more about the DVDs
about
than her. So I was like, no, bitch.
No, thankfully I don't have. I don't think I have anything that was broken. I think the worst thing that happened was so we still don't have a bookstore here in Eagle Pass. So back then, if you wanted to buy manga, you had to go out of town. And so I was into Case Closed, Detective Conan. So I remember I would buy every time we go out of town. I have to at least buy an issue of Case Closed. And so I remember I bought one, and it was really good, really good story and everything. I'm like, it's definitely one of the peak moments of the series. And my cat pissed on it,
Oh,
and I'm like, out of all of them, you had to pee on my favorite one. And it's one of those where I was like, if I ever go out of town and if I find this one again,
mm-hmm.
I will buy it just to replace the peed one. But I never found it again, and I was like, God damn it, man!
Damn.
Like she peed on the best one. It's like I would rather she have pissed on Volume One than this one.
She was watching you. She was like, yeah, which one he likes?
Like she's
Yeah, this is
like,
the one.
like she was like, you didn't feed me last night, asshole,
Yeah.
and then just went for it, and I had to just watch in agony.
She made
Like,
eye contact.
made eye contact and everything, man, and just went like, "This is how much I hate you right now." Those thing I heard.
And now, what would you say is, um, what would you say is it's an anime that you can show someone that doesn't really know about anime, but you want him to get like hooked on it? What would you
Ooh,
recommend?
ooh, that's a good one. Hmm.
Because I mean, it really depends on the person, like what type
Yeah.
of media they watch and what type of like movies and series they like.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but I think nowadays, I mean, back in the day, if you will, it will show like a friend when you were like I don't know 14 or 15 or something like that. Yeah, I would say like Dragon Ball or like
Yeah.
Samurai X or something like that. Uh, Gundam Wing. Uh, but if I'm showing someone that's a little bit older, I will say Attack on Titan
Hmm.
because I think it's
Yeah.
one of those that doesn't really have like the cartoonish comedy that some
Yeah.
of the shows have. So it gets you right on the plot, and then it has like a little bit of violence and everything. So I think that will caught the attention of someone that doesn't really know anime.
Mhm.
Um, but I think it really depends on the.
Mhm.
I think it will be one of the safest like options.
Yeah. Like the thing that I like about that pick is that it, there's this stigma, at least here in the United States, that animation cartoons is for kids when no it isn't. Like
Yeah.
it's just a medium to tell stories. And I think Attack on Titan is like a good one to help break that mold of like this is for kids,
Hmm.
because you would not show a child Attack on Titan, or at
Yeah.
least you shouldn't.
You shouldn't.
um and so that one is a really like strong pick. But yeah, I do think it depends on like what they're into, like what genre, what movies or TV
Hmm.
shows they like. Because if they're into like detective and mysteries and stuff, well then yeah, I'm gonna throw them Detective Conan and
Yeah.
Case Closed. um but if they're into like more like action, like drama stuff, then I would probably pitch Full Metal Alchemist
Yeah.
for
That
like
one and Demon Slayer,
there you there you
right?
go. That's a great
Demon
one.
Slayer is another
Mm-hmm.
one that you could like
Mm-hmm.
start them off with.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think also like if they like some of those action cop movies, maybe Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, I was gonna say like if they're
Mm-hmm.
into like stuff maybe like Firefly
Mm-hmm.
or
Yeah.
stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that, then I would recommend them Cowboy Bebop
Mm-hmm.
as well. Um,
Trigon
for
as well.
this is like yeah, like I was trying to think like how would you pitch Trigun to like somebody, and like in all honesty, the best way I could think of is like it's like hey, do you like action comedy and western?
Mm-hmm.
Well, give Trigun a shot, and that's like the one of the best ways to like introduce it to somebody. But
And
I would also argue it is a good pick for
if you don't like
starting out.
westerns but you like sci-fi, Cowboy Bebop.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's like you take the red pill.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. uh, but yeah, I agree. Trigun's also a good starting anime.
And yeah, like you said, like there's this misconception that like anime is a medium for kids. um and I mean I get it because like the type of cartoons that you get in the over here in the US, it's pretty much oriented to kids. Not a like once you start watching them, because I mean, let's be honest, like Johnny Bravo, like that shit's not for kids. That shit's not for kids. Like it has
Yeah.
a lot of jokes that it's just like for adults.
Mhm.
But you will watch it. You will be like 7, 10, or and watch Johnny Bravo. Um, but like the themes of it, yeah, like in anime you can go horror, you can go like some fucked up shit, or you can go comedy, you can do a romance. It's just like a TV show,
Mhm.
or a movie. And also, like I was thinking, if you want to show anime to someone that really likes film, you gotta go for those Satoshi Kon
Mhm.
movies, like
Yep.
Perfect Blue,
That's the
uh
one right there.
yeah,
Hmm.
Paprika. I mean, those movies are
What
fucking good.
what's the other one? Millennium Actress, I
Millennium
think.
Actress, yeah.
Yeah, like those
um
are great fucking films.
yeah, I mean, and it's crazy to think that
Hmm.
how those films inspired a lot of like
Hmm.
really popular films, like what's it called,
Is
the
it Black
Christopher Nolan
Swan or
Black Swan, but then I forgot the fucking name, Christopher Nolan movie with DiCaprio,
Inception?
Inception. Yeah, but
Hmm.
that wasn't Perfect Blue, it was Paprika.
Yeah.
It had scenes that were like sort of inspired by that.
Hmm.
uh but yeah, man, like there's something for everyone.
Yeah. It's definitely out there, and I do think it's just like I always tell people, like especially if they're really like if it is their first step into anime, it's like
Hmm.
kind of just go at this with an open mind. You got to remember, it's these are people living quite literally on the other side of the planet.
Yeah.
The culture's different. the way they approach stuff is different, like social everything. It
Yeah.
is different, so it is just kind of like, some of the weirdness of it. It's kind of like, hey, just kind of be open to it.
Right.
It's weird here, but over there, it's the norm.
Hmm.
And I'm sure they
Like
feel the same way whenever they watch like our TV shows.
Yeah.
it's like the nose bleeding. That never happens in America.
Oh yeah.
Well, again, to be fair, I don't think there's a cartoon that could get away with like a joke like that unless it's like maybe The Simpsons or Family Guy.
Yeah.
And even then, because they are on like cable television, they have to hold back. Like they, I don't think they could ever go as far as like an anime could.
Mhm. I mean, it's crazy to think how, like, for example, Crayon Shinchan, that shit, the motherfucker's a pervert, and he's a little kid, and he's a little kid, and he's a fucking pervert, and that's shit that kids will watch over there.
Hmm. I think I think the big difference is that I I don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure the Japanese version of Shin-chan is not as like dirty as the American one.
Really?
They had to do that because it is a comedy, but the jokes don't translate because
Oh,
they're puns, but the pun only works if you speak Japanese. So when they bring it here to the United States, they're like, we can't translate any of these jokes because they don't work. So they're like, well, we have to make it funny somehow. So the idea was let's just turn it into an adult comedy.
so you're saying we're the perverts?
Yes, we are. Because we downloaded too much pornography when we were looking for our Linkin Park AMVs.
So it was our generation that was doing the episodes, the Crayon Shinchan, and they were like,
Pretty much, yeah.
"Fuck it, let's go, let's do it like this."
There's another one that did the same thing. I think it was called Ghost Stories,
Oh,
where
that's the one that they were like, "Fuck it, let's do whatever we want." With
yeah,
the like
because
with the dubbing.
yeah, because it didn't do good in Japan. It was
Yeah.
supposed to be a legitimate like horror
Hmm.
show, but it bombed in Japan. So when they brought it here, they said, "Do whatever the fuck you want. We don't give a shit." So they turned it into a comedy, and it was an instant success. It got to the point that Japan actually gets our version, and then they dub it and translate it over there. Like they
Shit.
pirate our version.
Damn.
And for people that haven't seen it, look it up. You can find compilations of clips or scenes on YouTube. It's hilarious.
You know what? There was probably a Japanese guy like me, like selling DVDs of ghost stories over there
And yeah, he's like, I got that good shit from America.
from America. Oh, motherfucking Americans! They know their shit.
I know.
Well, I mean, just look at how Avatar ended up
Now,
doing. Like Avatar is now being translated to like Japan and all over the world.
oh the, mhm, mhm. Yeah, I feel like that's one of the closest things like the United States has to like a cartoon that came very close
Yeah.
to replicating like the story and the feel of like a Japanese anime,
Hmm.
like a typical shonen, I guess.
Right.
Mm.
I mean,
Are you
I think
guys
we can
watching
end it
any
there.
anime right now?
We have 56 minutes.
Yes.
Yes. Let me.
So,
Oh no, I stopped
What?
because I was watching Attack on Titan, like the last season.
mm,
But then I'm just gonna have to wait for the new one. And then I'm waiting on the second season of Vinland Saga. But that's also like coming out, I think, until next year. What else? Oh, and Demon Slayer. I saw like
yeah.
the last season.
Yeah, I'm fully caught up on Demon Slayer, the anime. It's like I don't want to read the manga because I'd rather just wait
Hmm.
for the anime.
Yeah.
But as far as like what I'm watching right now, I'm watching and I'm trying to finish Jujutsu Kaisen,
Oh yeah.
and right now both my brother and my cousins are very pissed off at me. They're like, "God damn it, what? Like we finished it in like a week. It's been months." Like I'm like, no, I'm horrible when it comes to watching like TV shows, you name it. Like I suck. Like I'm so slow at catching up on stuff. And yeah, like that's the one I'm most ashamed of that I still haven't finished it. That I haven't finished it yet. It is good though. It is really
Yeah, it's
good, and
good.
I am into it. But I just, man, like it's just I struggle to like find time to sit down and watch it.
And you know what? What's crazy? And that, I mean, it's fucking awesome. That nowadays you can get those anime movies on the theaters. Like you can go to the theater and watch it, and you can see like a lot of fans there at the
Mhm.
theater. And I was like, dude, that's the shit. I remember. I think back then in Mexico, they only show there was like a one or two Dragon Ball Z movies, the Pokemon movies, and I can't remember what was the other one, but it was pretty much just like a Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z. And they will show
Mhm.
like not all the movies. They will show just like one or two at the theaters, and and it was the shit. Like the experience of going to watch an anime at the movies,
The
that was
theater.
the shit. But nowadays, kids they have it easy, dude, because everything comes out like even like after a few months that it premieres in Japan.
Yeah.
Mhm. So, what about you, Hater? What are you watching?
Spy Fam, One Piece. I finished Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan, Jujutsu Kaisen, and that's about it.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's the thing that we have to wait for the next season, and
Yeah.
sometimes it takes like a year.
Yeah, yeah, but I feel like a lot of times, especially with these ones, like it's worth the wait.
Yeah, and for me, for Attack on Titan, I'm suffering, dude, because I I've been thinking about reading the manga, but I'm like, shit. Like I'm so used to the anime, like the voices and like the animation
Mhm.
and like the music and everything. I'm like, I don't wanna read the manga and then be like, shit, it wasn't worth it. Like I should have waited for the fucking
Dude,
anime.
that's the way I am with One
Yeah.
Piece, because like I'm up to date with the manga and I'm still watching the anime and I'm like, this didn't fucking happen in the manga. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, like I
But
know
yeah,
that uh
go on.
that it was with them. It was with My Hero Academia. They got tired of waiting for the anime that they said, "Screw it, where's the manga?" And they
Mhm.
got caught up because they didn't want to wait. They're like, "No, I need to know what happens next." And so they got into reading it, just because they just wanted to see what happened next.
Mhm. And I mean, it sometimes it's fine. Like you're like, oh shit, like the manga's. I'm gonna say a lot of the times the manga is better. Uh, but then like for me, I really enjoy the medium of anime because it has everything. It has the voice
Yep.
acting, it has the animation, it has the music and everything, and that adds a lot to the like enjoying the fucking episodes. Uh, and like yeah, I can read the manga and everything and be like, yeah, this is the shit. But then I'm also like some of them I'm so used to like the voices and everything that I'm like, man, let me wait because I want to enjoy watching it for the first time, seeing the story for the first time, and then like listening to the voices and the music and everything. But sometimes it's not better because you can see that they cut like a lot of the story, or they did
Mhm.
something that's not shown on the manga, or they took a different route or something, and that's when it sucks. So they're like, shit.
Yeah, I feel like Naruto and Full Metal Alchemist are like the two big ones that people point to and go like, it doesn't really stick to the
Yeah, because I
source
remember the
material.
the first the first Full Metal.
Hmm.
They got to a point where The manga wasn't finished, so they were like,
Mhm.
yeah, let's do our own ending, and it was shitty. uh, and then they came out with a new like the remake, and
Mhm.
on that one they adapted the whole manga.
Yeah, and I feel like Naruto desperately needs like its own version of like either Dragon Ball Z Kai
Hmm.
or Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Like like there needs to be Naruto Brotherhood Kai or something
Dude,
because there is
freaking
so
One
much of
Piece
it.
needs that shit too.
Bro,
But like,
come on, you don't want to start doing One Piece
yeah,
again?
like it's you're in for the long game with One Piece. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
that
dude.
one you're they made their bed. Now you gotta lay in it. But like Naruto, if you don't count Boruto, it's done. It is finished. So theoretically, you could like redo the show following what was in the books. But One Piece, it's still going. And it's gonna go on for a lot longer because I think the creator said he's only halfway done. It's like, what the fuck? This is
No,
halfway?
I'm a huge fan, and like he already said that like the next saga is the last saga, so it's almost over.
Oh,
Hasn't
okay.
he
3 more
been saying
years.
that for like years?
Almost, it's almost over. It's almost over.
It's like,
Bro, you better hope nothing happens to him like the author of
Like Berserk.
Berserk.
oh my god, yeah.
Bro, that fucking sucks. And I haven't finished reading Berserk because I started it like last year. And when I saw it, I was like, this fucking sucks. There's another one that I'm hoping nothing happens to this motherfucker. It's Hunter x Hunter. Bro,
oh yeah.
it's
Dude, no,
been
like
like he hasn't done a new chapter in years, and I'm hoping he doesn't fucking die before he finishes that.
no,
Because
I
I mean,
have
to
a
be honest, at
feeling,
the point that it is, I don't see the ending.
dude, I have a feeling that something is gonna happen to that dude. Because like every time he goes on hiatus, it's because it's like some illness or something. Like that guy is sick. So I'm like, I don't think he's gonna finish it like at all.
That sucks, man.
It's like, who knows? Maybe he'll be like the Game of Thrones author, George R. R. Martin, that the like he told people the ending, but you don't know like the events that lead to that conclusion, if
Mm,
that makes any sense.
yeah.
And I think like with the TV show, like that ending is I think the book's ending because it hasn't come out yet. It's just the events that lead to that are different.
Mm,
So so it's like technically if he doesn't finish it, someone technically could finish it. It's probably
right.
not going to be as good, right?
Yeah.
But there will be some type of conclusion. I don't know if like these guys did something similar or even plan on doing something like that as a worst case scenario, but I don't know.
So I know
And
the
it's and
dude
it's
from One
gonna
Piece did. The dude from One
he
Piece
did what?
already had the ending in mind. But what he ends up
Mm.
doing and why it's so long is that like he'll think of some stupid mamadas and he'll add it. And then he'll make it work into the ending.
There you go.
Like,
And it's kind of similar to the one for Attack on Titan because I think he wrote the ending first, and then he started like developing the story, like what led up to the ending.
Mm, okay.
But I mean, it fucking sucks, dude, because you've been like reading or watching something for years, and then they die, and then you're like,
yeah.
well, then what, dude? What happens to the fucking story, dude?
I don't know.
All right, so one final question: subs or dubs?
All
Mm-hmm.
right.
Subs, and then you say dubs, fuck you.
uh, subs. Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
Now be honest, be honest.
There's some that I
I
actually watch
prefer.
dubs. Like
Mhm.
Demon Slayer, I'm
I
watching it
I
dubbed.
prefer the dub usually.
Now let me say this: it's different now because
Yeah,
now I think
Yes.
there's more
Hmm.
quality to the dub
Yeah.
than before, and there's another side of it. Um, Mexican, like Spanish dub, it's like 100 times better than English dub. It's
Yeah.
so much better. And actually, some of the old animes, I think the Mexican version it's
yeah.
way better than the original.
Hmm.
Freaking Caballeros del
And
Zodiaco, dude.
but yeah, hell yeah, Dragon Ball Z, dude. Um, but the thing is that if I'm watching something new, uh, I think I already got used to a lot of the voices they use in Japanese, and like the intonations of the things and the way they say things. That I'm like, no, if I watch a dub, I'm gonna miss something like a meaning, a joke, or something. And I'm like, nah, dude. And I don't mind subtitles because I have to like. I mean, I started watching movies in subtitles because I didn't know
Hmm.
English, so had to do subtitles. So for me, like I don't have no problems reading subtitles. Even now, like I'm watching, I don't know, Stranger Things. I put on subtitles because I don't want to miss anything. Like I wanna, I'm
Hmm.
so used to it that it doesn't bother me just looking down and seeing like the actual thing. Because I mean, to be honest, in most movies, for some reason, they say a line and it's so fucking low that you
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
even get what they said. So if you have the subtitles, it helps a lot. But yeah, like I just want to say, like there's two sides. The Mexican dub is like 100 times better than
Yes.
the English dub, and now it's
I
better. The English dub is better.
Yeah, I agree. And yes, I'm like you. I watch movies, I even play my video games with subtitles. I'm not against subtitles and yeah, even back in the day, we didn't when animes weren't dubbed and you had to pirate them online. You had to rely on fan
Yeah, fan dubs,
translations, fan
fan
subtitles.
subs. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm not against it, but yes, I do to go to your point that yes, the dubs back in the day sucked. It wasn't until like Cowboy Bebop came out, and I think it's because that they were like the first ones to like actually like really throw money at getting like professional actors to do the dub that it like opened the door. Like we can have high quality translations and whatnot. But yes, like to go to your point, yes, the Mexican dub is top tier shit. I remember was I would watch Ranma in
Hmm.
Spanish, and then I rented the movie on at Blockbuster on VHS, and it was in English, and it was dog shit. Like I'm like Ranma sounded not like him,
Hmm.
like the voice doesn't match the character. That's the best way I could explain it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it wasn't good. But now you got like Funimation and Crunchyroll that they really throw money to get like like professional actors that know what they're doing. They hit the beats for the flaps of the mouth and stuff,
Hmm.
and it syncs up well. And yeah, and for the most part, it is translated really well. And it is one of those where, well, yeah, like I can watch it in English now because the quality is that good now. But I do think it does depend. Like Dragon Ball, to me, yes, I will always prefer the Mexican version
Hell yeah.
over the English and the Japanese version. But for stuff like yeah, like Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen, I can watch it in English.
Hmm. You hate her?
Yeah, same here. Like, usually when I start getting into a new anime, like I'll listen to the Japanese one at least for a bit, and then the English one, and if it's más o menos the same, like I'll end up hearing it in English while I'm like eating or like doing something else. Because I hate eating and watch like having to
Hmm.
read the subtitles.
Watching,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
like
Yeah,
you read the
Hmm.
subtitle, yeah, you look down, you miss half a story.
yeah,
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I mean, that's why when you're watching like subtitles, you need to have like either your computer like nearby so you can stop it, or be watching it on your Fire Stick or whatever so you can pause it. Because I mean, sometimes when there's like signs or something that they're like translating,
Translating.
and then the character is speaking also, so
yeah.
you see like text on the top and then text at the bottom. You gotta stop that shit.